How can young men find a sense of personal meaning and purpose for their lives today? I'm Scott Ross, and I want to answer that very important question. And to do so, we must briefly look back at how men have done so throughout human history and understand why it's more difficult for us to do so today. We'll start with the big picture. Look, like every other life form or species on Earth, we humans have programming in our very cells, our DNA, biology, and instincts that drive us to survive and attempt to adapt and overcome the hardships of life on Earth. The purpose of our lives at the most core cellular level is to overcome, adapt, and survive so that the next generation may strive forward into the future. We humans, of course, do this differently and in many ways more spectacularly than any other life form on Earth through the development of our brains, specifically our prefrontal cortex, which enables us to use advanced forms of communication to connect, collaborate, and cooperate to conquer the elements and the obstacles we come across. From the beginning, humans needed to stick together, band together to survive. On our own, we are completely vulnerable and unprotected. We must work together, cooperate, and provide for one another's needs in community if our DNA is to be passed on to the next generation. Individually, then, we are wired to serve our community as best we can. Use every skill, strength, and ounce of our being to survive together. And then up until just the last few thousand years ago, which is really just a very short period of time compared to the whole of our existence on Earth. But up until that time, humans everywhere around the world lived in small communities of 30 to 50 people. These communities were called bands or clans. Everyone was needed every day if anyone was to survive. Humans mastered the art of communication, and this is critical. Every new generation was taught the wisdom of the ages before by the elders in the community. The wisdom and learning from the millions who came before us was passed on, generation after generation. And then the students became the masters and elders who then passed all that learning, all that experience on to the next generation that was to follow them. So what exactly did the elders teach the next generation? What wisdom, what knowledge? Everything. This is the things the elders passed on to the next generation. What can be eaten and what cannot. How to make fire from rocks and sticks. How to build a shelter with wood posts, animal hides, and self-made twine. How to hunt, fish, trap, and net. How to track prey for days if necessary, in every condition. When it's time to pack up camp and migrate, sometimes for weeks, in order to meet the next herd or gather fruit just as it ripens on the vine in a distant land. How to read the stars as our map and the landscape as our guide. We learned our rites of passage into adulthood and the rituals that serve as covenants within our people. How to avoid predators. How to band together in an instant to fend off an attack. How to use the elements around us, the flowers, herbs, plants, and to heal infections and bandage our wounds. How to assist in the birth of babies. How to help the baby move within the womb to avoid a breach. How to cut the placenta. Where to find clean water when our current source dries up. How to fashion an arrowhead, craft a spear, mend a net, build a raft. How to be prepared for bandits and warring tribes. How to communicate in perfect silence. How to sing our stories, tell the inspiring legends of our ancestors, dance to the rhythm of the drums at the annual peace gathering with our neighbors. How to barter, negotiate, and trade. We learned how to clean a carcass, cook and prepare our food, and tan a hide. How to love your wife, raise your kids, and be brave. Give everything you have. See, all the wisdom of all the ages passed on to you and to me, and then we became the sages who passed it on to the next generation who followed us. Every person became a storage unit of all the ages of learning of every single human experience before us that we may press forward into the future. We were always on the lookout for the best opportunity. Let's see what's on the other side of this hill, mountain, field, river, across this lake, ocean, desert, glacier. Maybe we can make a new home there. Look, and this is a very important point. Everything that we did involved a physical, interactive experience. Life was eye to eye, face to face, hand to tool. Everything we did was experiential. We shared everything from our stories to adventures. Games, hunting, warfare, weaving, crafting, playing, dancing. The only time our lives were observational was when we were actively learning or acquiring a skill from someone else. There was no time to sit around and just watch. Life was activity and experiences. And then after the eons of slow progress and traversing the world in these small communities, of course, things began to change for us. And as you know, roughly 10,000 years ago, we discovered that we could grow our own our own food in fields and bake bread. We could build fences and cultivate livestock so we had a constant source of meat. Humans adopted a stationary lifestyle. We built permanent villages, then towns, cities, empires, and nations. Our instinctual drive to thrive was directed to conquering and building vast civilizations over all the world. And then next came the scientific revolution, where new tools and instruments were fashioned and used to understand the universe in entirely new ways, across the galaxy and under a microscope. Gravity, physics, chemistry, biology. Our brains were now used to understand and manipulate nature itself. And this led, of course, to the Industrial Revolution with its factories, skyscrapers, hospitals, ships, trains, cars, planes, and rockets. Our ambition to advance was fueled with each new generation. Bigger, better, faster, safer. This process of progress was based on a principle. The principle was that humans considered themselves to be the highest and most advanced life form. There was no question that we could not answer, no problem we could not solve, no terrain we could not adapt to, no galaxy we could not study. Humans have this gift of consciousness and a conscience. We are special. We can do anything. We are only beginning to understand how remarkable we are. This advanced us into the digital revolution. One could do just about anything while sitting still in front of a computer or a cell phone. Instantaneous, constant. The pace is now breathtaking. You cannot keep up. So, this is the story of humanity, progress, adaptation, growth, striving forward. We are unique and special. You can find your place, do your part, and experience this journey. And then, in this generation today, everything has changed, hasn't it? We don't feel special anymore. You have been taught that we humans just screw everything up. We are the worst species on the planet. All we do is consume and destroy. You've been taught this planet is probably better off without us. So let me ask you this question. How can any individual person believe that they are valuable if they are a member of a terrible species? I'll tell you what our condition is. We have species amnesia. We've forgotten our past. We've lost ourselves. You feel lost. You feel disconnected. Of course you do. We all do. Is it true that we have to make changes in the way that we consume the limited resources on Earth? Yes. Do we need to protect this planet from ourselves? Yes, absolutely. But we are not broken. You are not broken. You are beautiful. You are just as much a miracle of a being as the first person who wandered across the savannah. You are just as much of a miracle as the first person who used a wheel, who painted with a brush, who gazed up into the night sky, who told their children that they loved them. Of course you feel lost sometimes. Of course you feel that life is meaningless sometimes. We have not told you your story. We have not passed the wisdom of the ages down to you. Our wise elders are missing. The legends have fallen. I want to speak to you about this right now. You live a life that is built on observations. You are a watcher. You look at a screen morning, noon, and night for work, for play. You watch others do things. You watch others experience their lives. Through television and shows and series, we watch others. We watch others compete from our sofas and recliners. Many people today watch reality shows that are anything but real life. They are contrived, rehearsed, and produced. We neglect physical activity, but watch others perform on a screen. We don't compete physically. We do so through a gaming console. You don't have to actually go to a store or restaurant anymore. You can have anything delivered to you from any restaurant to your door in minutes. Many today have non-experiential relationships. They don't sit down with others face to face. It's all done via a web application or FaceTime. Conversations with family and friends are through text or instant messages. Many work from home and avoid dealing with people altogether. Many feel as though they have a dating life through dating apps or websites, virtual dating. Profile pictures are shot from the perfect angle, then filtered and cropped. Sex has, for many, become a virtual observational event. Now, it used to be that men had to go out and meet women in person, ask for a phone number, and arrange a date. If the relationship grew and a bond was created, the courting and dating etiquette was followed. Sex was eventually a bonding experience. Trust was built and commitments were made. Today, any and every imaginable encounter may be observed on a screen for free in an instant. Men don't need real women in the flesh, and neither do women need a man. Some have sworn off searching for a partner or mate because people disappoint. And why commit to a partner when there are thousands available virtually, as someone recently told me? And yet, something within every one of us craves experiential human interactions. We long to do and experience life ourselves, to travel, to build, to make memories. Let's think again about the value of a life and the value of your life. As I mentioned before, we live in a different age now. Before this generation, humans found their personal value in service to their community. They lived in a small band where everyone knew everyone and everyone was needed if anyone was to survive. If someone went missing, it was known quickly and a search party was sent out. Life was 100% experiential, not at all observational. We were active and involved all day long. Now today, many of us feel unneeded, unwanted, broken, lost, afraid. Many of us feel that there is no purpose for our lives. There's no meaning in all this. We are passive. Well, I have good news for you. You can change. The condition you are in is not your natural condition. Now, no, we are not going back to the Stone Age, but you can discover your value. And here is the key. You must create your community. You must work to link to a community that values one another. You must add value to the world around you. If you sit around all day in a passive observational life, you won't feel needed and valued because you aren't adding value. You must create experiences with others. Get outside, play, dream, travel, take risks, create adventures, start something, become physically active, meet people, take the risk to date, fall in love. You must search for your wise elders. Ask your parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles to teach you. Listen to their stories. Become wise. Now, here is an important truth. You must know the difference between wisdom and foolishness. Wisdom is choosing that which gives you more freedom in the future. Wisdom is choosing that which gives you more freedom in the future. Whereas foolishness is choosing that which limits your freedom in the future. The wise choice is the one that opens the door for you. It might not be easy today, but it will give you more tomorrow. Saving money hurts today, but it helps tomorrow. Getting a job and working hard hurts today, but it changes your tomorrow. Getting off your computer or console is hard today, but if you invest in yourself, learn and grow, it might be the wisest decision you can make today. Going for a hike, bike ride, or to the gym is work today, but you will be better tomorrow. Meeting new people is awkward and scary, but it will be your network of love and support in the future. Look, we humans are remarkable. We can do beautiful, loving, constructive things. We can create music, films, art, treaties, spacecraft. We can share and give. And sadly, we can also be awful to each other. We can be awful to our environment. We can destroy. And it is because of this that we need you. We need you. I need you. This is your moment. My generation is handing the keys to the kingdom to your generation. I'm handing them to you. Step up. Be a part of the solution to something important. Find your destiny within your community. Love and be loved. Give and you will receive. And guess what? Very soon, you will be the wise elder. You will have a treasure chest of experiences that you will communicate to the next generation. They need you to change now. I need you to strive forward now. I'll show you how. This is Scott Ross. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.